Good morning, everybody. Orange J here with another War of the Visions video, and you know what? It's been a minute and a lot of unit releases since we've updated the UR unit tier list. In that time, some Master Ability 2s have come in, some people down here in the famous EX waiting room have finally gotten their EX jobs, so we're going to add them to the tier list, and then we'll cry as only the Final Fantasy Tactics characters for UR units are waiting on that EX job. So yeah, let's move some people around, let's add our new folks down here to the list, and let's get it going. So first thing I want to do, I want to start with some movements. I actually think that UR Zazan, I'm going to drop him down to the tier 90. I've been playing around with Earth, kind of experimenting a lot. I think UR Zazan is still very, very good. However, he doesn't feel in that 100 tier to me now. He feels maybe just a little bit dated or something. I don't know. I still think he's great. I just don't think he's cost 100 level great, so I'm going to drop him down to 90. Keep in mind, these are in no particular order in the tier that they're in. I'm just giving them a cost value. So I'm not saying he's like better than everybody else in this tier, although he might just be. Okay, next up, Noctis. Now, Noctis is somebody I want to bump up. I had him rated as an 80, which in my rating, that was like a kind of middle to low, like balanced, but maybe lower on the end. I think he's definitely a 90. So I'm going to bump him up to that 90 tier. You can pair this dude with like Oberon right now for a really powerful duo. He brings a lot of buffs. He brings different damage types. He brings like CT down. Noctis is very strong. I think I had him a little undervalued. I'm going to bump him up to that 90 tier. Frederica. I think Frederica is finally starting to show her age a little bit, at least when it comes to lightning. I don't think she's bad at all. I think she's still very good. I think she's still like in that balanced area, but I am going to move her from the 90 cost to the 80 cost. I think she is a little bit outshone by the other lightning element units right now, and she does exist in lightning, so that is something to keep in mind. Gargas. Look, I've seen some Gargas out there. I'm going to just slide him up into the 80 cost tier. I think he has, especially with his new staff, right? Especially with his new staff, I think he is now at least better than these other 70 cost people. I think Jiza can also slide up a little bit. I don't think she's phenomenal, but I do think she has a use in like one-punching people. If there wasn't so much courage and re-raise and stuff like that in the game, I think she would even be better than she is now, but I still think she can handle that 80 tier, and Dark is pretty strong. So those are the movers I wanted to do there. Now, let's talk about the EX waiting room. We've got some EX jobs for some people, and starting with Garvel. I think Garvel's EX job made him plenty playable, but I don't think it made him like OP at all. He didn't go back to his original status when like it was just level 99s in the game, and he was one of the best level 99 units ever. His EX job, I'm not gonna say it's underwhelming. I just don't think it like tuned him up to his previous state. However, if you want to use Garvel, he can go get the job done for you. Absolutely. He's a borderline 90 coster on this list, but I'm going to throw him into 80 for now, at least until I see a little bit more of him. Next up, Raldor. Raldor, I'm also just going to drop into the 80. I would say he's less strong than Garvel is, but not like a tier's difference, right? I still haven't seen very much EX Raldor at all. I have yet to EX him myself, so for now I'm just comfortable dropping him into that 80 spot. El Sorel, guess where? 80. I'm going to drop her in there as well. Sleepy Time is much better. She's playable now at 120 in PvP, in PvE especially, but yeah, just going to slide into 80 for me there. And then Sakura, and guess what? 80. Sakura's going to drop into 80 as well. I basically think the last couple rounds of EX jobs, I almost felt like they were being a little bit too careful with him. Like they were scared that if they gave Garvel too much of a buff or something, he would be too good. Yeah, and same with like Sakura. Like these two were such kings of the game, kings and queens of the game. When they were out originally, I almost wonder if they didn't get enough of a buff. I don't know. That's just my early feel on that. They're just new to EX, so maybe I'll change my tone. Let me know in the comments section what you think about that. Now, we do have our new people, right? We've got Esther, new Leela, all the Persona 5 units, Astrius, and Resnick. So let's start with Esther, and this is actually going to be kind of hard for me to do. I'm going to have to go tier by tier. I'm going to put her up here in 90, and then I'm going to scroll up on the page, and I'm going to drop her up into the 110. Like, when Esther came out, I even did a video. It's like, is she going to be as good as Cloud? And the truth is, she might not be, but if she's not, she is like right there. I have seen people argue that she is better than Cloud, and they make good points. I've seen people argue that she's almost as good as Cloud, and they make good points. In my personal opinion, they're both 110 cost tier units. I think she's insanely good. If you have Esther and you're building her, good job. You're doing the right thing. So I'm going to drop her into this 110 cost tier. There you go, Esther. Now we have the new Leela. I'm going to put her here. I'm going to scroll up on the page, and I'm going to drop her into the 100 cost. Now, she is a 100 cost unit in the game, so in this case, I just think they got it correct. She's very, very strong, but unlike these units in the 110 tier, she's not like busted. These people, I almost have a problem with the units in the 110 tier. They're just kind of too good. I mean, you've got reflexes, you've got courages and re-raises and 100% hits and penetration. She can do some of those things, which are all very strong, but not all of them, you know. And so I'm going to put her into the 100 cost here. I think they did her correct. Yeah, she's a 100 cost unit. I think that's how she plays. Okay, next up we've got Violet. So I'm going to move her here. Then I'm going to scroll up, and I think Violet, I'm feeling good about dropping Violet into the 90 cost. She's very strong. She benefits from the fact that two of the people that you want to run her with in PvP specifically are 110 costers. So I think that helps her a lot. She's one of the better she's one of the better evasion units in this game that is not Elena or Locke, right? So I think right now I'm feeling very comfortable with her at 90. And I think she's very strong, well-made character. You can use her easily, 90 cost. Okay, Resnick. Now Resnick, I'm gonna put Resnick here for right now. I think Resnick has 90 cost potential. You know what? I'm not even gonna say that. I'm gonna put her in 90. Resnick has so much she can do for a group, and Lightning is so strong, and she fits the niche for Lightning that it kind of needed. I'm going to drop her into that 90 cost tier. I'm pretty comfortable saying she's as good as like Aerith or more, or Ildira in my opinion. I'm going to drop her here. And in fact, like I'm looking at this 90 cost tier. No, I'm going to keep, I'm comfortable with this for now. I'm going to keep Resnick there. Let's roll on. Okay, Astrius. I'm going to put him here. I'm going to scroll up, and guess what? Boom, we've got another 110 coster. I think Astrius is nuts. Like, his move, his counterattack that seems to proc as much as reflex, but he does ranged sword attack damage and just kills you before you kill him, is insane. He brings an AoE slash resistance buff to the group. His other single target buff that he does to himself is busted. His limit break gives him that second hit, so he's great at killing units with courage and re-raise. He just does so much damage, and he's the perfect partner in my opinion for somebody like Celis. For right now, I don't know that I think he's as good as like the other units in the 110 cost, but I'm also not the greatest water player out there. I think Astrius is a 110er right now. He might not stay there, but for now I'm dropping him there, and that's good for him because if you look at the other like Warriors of the Crystals units like Joom, you know, Setia, I got them in the 100 cost, so he might be the best of them all. I'm gonna put him there. Okay, next up we've got Joker. I'm gonna put Joker into the 90 cost category. Joker is a phenomenal dark unit. He pairs great with the new Leela. He has his protect buff that he gives to the group. I like Joker a lot. He has a lot of range in his kit, and his mixed damage types are very good as well. So Joker, I'm going to drop him into that 90 cost for now, and I think maybe as Dark ascends, Joker might ascend with them, and Joker might eventually like rise into that 100 cost. I just don't know what the meta is going to look like when we get the next gosh dang it, I always call it the next Helena, but it's not a Helena, it's Fina, when we get Dark Fina. I've confused those names a lot. And then we've got Queen. Queen was our free unit, and for a free unit, I think she's very good. I'm going to put Queen into the 80 cost list. Look, she's not as good as Violet or Joker, but she's not that far behind. And if you're running her in like a Lightning team or a Rainbow team, if you're newer, she can definitely get that job done for you at that 120 level. So there you go. That's my update to the UR unit tier list in this game. It's a big, thick list. We have this many UR units in the game, which is a lot. And the only 4 that we have in the EX waiting room are our Final Fantasy Tactics units. Okay. I will leave a link to this list in the description if you want to go look at it, because I know I have to scroll around on here just to show the whole thing. So if you want to go check it out and then make some comments about it in the comment section, I will leave a link to it in the description. Thank you guys for watching, and we've got a bonus, we got a bonus account review coming up, right? So yeah, and guys, by the way, thank you for all the kind words, right? It's been a tough week for the family here. Baby J to the hospital was scary for sure. So thank you guys for the kind words there. I'm feeling good. I just get a little short of breath, but yeah, I appreciate the support, you guys. I'll be back in full force soon enough. Enjoy the account review. And today's bonus account review will come from Weep. Weep, thank you so much for joining the YouTube channel as a member at that Saint of Eileen level and supporting what I do here. Let's talk about your account. Now, here's the background info. Been playing since late December, completely free to play. Strongest two elements are dark and lightning, or at least that's the focus. Is trying to also build up Starlight Elena in the barracks. Let's see here. Thanks units are his strongest part of the account right here. And yeah, okay, so let's see what we got. Let's see what we got, Weep. Let's take a peek. First of all, rocking the home screen Joker with a like clutch pause as Joker's adjusting his gloves. A+ for the screenshot there. Fire was not one of your main focuses, and yeah, that's fine. Like, I would continue to just not work on fire for now. King Mont and Setia would probably be the strongest two people on this page if someday you ever wanted to jump in there. In fact, just throwing King Mont in your barracks right now would be a good thing to do to generate some shards. Ice, again, not a focus. I would continue to just not focus on ice. If you were going to throw an ice unit in your barracks, maybe Gilgamesh or Valentine's Day Solir. For wind, you have the 120 Lucia, who will be very good for completing missions in this game. Like when you need a 3-hit chain, Lucia could come in there, quad shot something, and complete that chain for you. She'll also be a decent carry for some rainbow teams in PvE, which will be important as a new player. Anything else on here that I see, like Ayaka leveling up? If you don't have a healer, you might work on Ayaka as like a support for your current lineup. Okay, Earth, Oberon at 120, nice. That's going to be a powerhouse of your account. Excellent get to 120 right there. And paired with Mont, like Prince Mont can be your tank early on. If you went Mont, Oberon, Lucia, you have a pretty strong core of 120s right there. And we haven't even gotten to your to the part of your account you say is a focus. Here we go, Lightning. All right, Renan at 115, excellent. Keep powering this guy to 120. He's a really strong mage. Ibarra as well, keep working on her. Charlotte, one of the better tanks in the game, so keep building her up. And I think your focus in Lightning is good. I would focus on these three still, and then kind of revisit Lightning once you later on. Maybe if you ever catch an Esther when she reruns, or a Cloud, they would be a good addition here. Water, definitely not a focus so far, but Ildira you can build with metals from the shop, and she could be your healer in a rainbow comp, right? She could heal Prince Mont and Oberon just as good as she could heal anybody else in water. So that's a clutch get, and I would keep working on her. For light, Lucio, get him up. Like, as soon as you can, keep working on Lucio. He would splash into a rainbow PvE team perfectly. He does a lot of great things for PvE. And he's a really solid PvP unit as well. You're working on Starlight Elena, which I think is good. Engelbert could be nice. Locke and Violet are too limited, I would say, to start working on now. So maybe wait for a rerun to work on them. But yeah, Engelbert, Lucio, Elena, Fina is one of the best MR units in the game. So keep that going. I think that's headed in the right direction. And then otherwise on here, you have like Mashari and Rob. I wouldn't worry about them. Okay, Dark. Yeah, here's some power right here. Excellent jump, getting GZ to 99 for those bells. Joker, and I don't know, you sent me these screenshots a few days ago. I'm not sure how far you ended up getting with Joker, but I mean, he's going to be a strong unit if you didn't finish him. Finishing him if he ever reruns, or sticking him in the guild barracks wouldn't be a terrible idea. Black Rose Helena is probably like hard carrying for you right now, and Dwayne is also a super good unit. So very good. You were right. When you said that you think you have some strong units, you absolutely do. You're going to be playing a lot of rainbow teams right now, but Black Rose Helena, Dwayne, Prince Mont, Oberon, Lucia, I mean, there's a 5-man team right there. I would keep working on like Ildira, And maybe, you know, Ildira would fit in nicely for a support that could back up some damage, in kind of the same way that Black Rose Helena can. Okay, Trust Masters. What on here would be worth leveling? Definitely Black Rose's headdress. Never Sleep on Lion Emblem. Bewitching Boots has a ton of agility and is a very good Trust Stone option for whenever you start working on that. Dragonfang's Pauldron is interesting. It does have that map-wide haste cancel, but it is definitely more of like a niche PvP one. Ingus Staff, actually one of the like better staffs in the game once you get to Trust Stoning stuff out. I really like Ingus Staff in that regard. Otherwise, I would make sure I was getting Black Rose's headdress leveled up. And then Bells, obviously. Bewitching Boots is fine at level 1. And then Lion Emblem is a nice agility buff to help you play with that like positioning thing with your team, right? Okay, let's go to weapons. What do you got for +5 weapons? An Ice Brand +5? Nice. You actually have really good +5 weapons right here. A knife, a staff, a sword, and a gun. Well done. Now, I imagine right now Oberon is running with this Mithril Spear. I would definitely target a +5 spear as soon as you can. Whether it's an event comes up and you can farm it, or one pops into the shop for 2,000 viz, I would pick that up. That'd be a nice damage boost for Oberon. But really good job farming up the gear. Armor. Yeah, 3 +5 armors, and you're working on a Sage's Hat. Nice. Keep farming these up. Golden Armor and Holy Knight's Pauldron will be good for your plateware. Smart Coat's one of the better, you know, cloth armors in the game. Yeah, good job. You definitely are doing what you should be doing with gear. Now, I didn't see an accessories button on there. I guess was that was Trust Masters. Yeah, I didn't see accessories, but I imagine it's going to be kind of the same story, so that's okay. Crafting, you do have some stuff. Okay, my only tip with crafting is this. You want to gather, if you can, 64 recipes. Right now it takes 63 to make a +5. Eventually we will get +6s, which only takes one more recipe, thank God. So that's pretty cool. Mythgraven Blade, if you can ever finish that thing, it is phenomenally good. Yeah, so there you go. Just keep that in mind and keep farming. You're doing a great job there. Okay, this is an area where I think you could almost instantly power up Espers. Now you do have the 99 Cactar, very, very powerful for cheap, right? Cactar's a bang for your buck guy. So is Behemoth. Diablo at 80 is nice. This is probably your Black Rose Helena go-to right now. On this page, ones I would like to see leveled, Siren I think is worth leveling. She's super fast and has a lot of slash resistance. She's very versatile and scales off of magic. If you ever level Ildira, having Siren would be very nice. If we go to this next page here, Typhoon. Yeah, Typhoon. Get Typhoon up there. Dark Odin at 80. Excellent job. That is a phenomenal catch. Way to level that one up. Titan would be really great for Oberon. Okay, let's go to the next page. It looks like the ones you are leveling. Yeah, so that's it for those two screenshots. It looks like the ones you're leveling up are smart. I would just focus next on like maybe Typhoon. But keep pushing the ones you're leveling. I think you're making good choices. Ramu for Renan, absolutely. Okay. Next up, vision cards. Now, what I'm seeing here is a lot of low-level boys. Chocobo, if you have the shards to finish Chocobo, it's a decent option for like an agility card. Get this thing leveled. Leonis Castle, if you're like running low on usable vision cards, a 15 defense, 15 spirit VC on like a Mont or something is very useful. What else do we got here? Vow of Love's always decent for a little hate. Diablos is great more for like mono dark teams. This is a decent rainbow MR vision card right here. Ketones. What else do we got? I'm trying to really look for rainbow VCs, you know, ones that apply to all elements, because that's really where you're going to be right now. This would be a huge power spike for your account if you could get some more vision cards leveled up. Good job with Titan. That's definitely money in the bank. Physical Maneater, Rainbow, excellent. Ifrit could be a good rainbow card. Igaion's a good rainbow card if you're running a lot of slashing teams. Okay, so I think you're like headed in the right direction here. Just keep trying to cash these things in. I imagine you're using this one a lot. It would pair very nicely with Ifrit for a little rainbow combo. And then for accuracy, I mean, you have this, a slash attack accuracy card. So keep leveling these up. Oh, the 99 Abara card sneaking in there. Very good. For someday if you're going to play some like mono lightning teams, or for just throwing on Renan right now. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, yeah, this is a very good Rainbow Vision card. The All Elemental Attack Up card, the one we got a free copy of. Very good. Typhoon. Typhoon, yeah, Dark Odin. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about Dark Odin if I was you either. I think that's a good skip. This would be a good card for like Dwayne to wear for you. And then Black Rose Helena's Vision card. Yeah, keep working on that as much as you can. Get that thing up there. I know Vision cards are a little harder to work on because you can't like Guild Barrack shards for them. But I think you're headed in the right direction here. And yeah, so that's going to be my account review for you, Weep. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I hope that was clear, right? I think you're doing a great job farming that gear, especially. Most new players' accounts have 0+5 gears. You've got a lot for being, you know, rank 117 and just kind of getting towards that end game. So keep powering up, look for those rainbow VCs, and thanks for watching, everybody. I'll catch you next time. Peace.